We found ourselves in the scorching heat of the Machabeng local municipalities, and yes, it is all celebrations. It is the launch of Renergen plant. Now they are celebrating this milestone as they are the very first to produce helium not only in the Free State province but in the country.
Most of us here today know the story a lot better than I do, in fact, and you've lived the dream. And you know, it's a dream that gold prospectors probably had in this area, I don't know how long ago, last century, and we ended up supplying 90% of the world's gold. And what we are celebrating here today and officially launching is really just as exciting as gold fever. Globally unique and totally South African.
So the company was founded 14 years ago. There was an industrious gent by the name of Mr. Zeetzman who figured that there was a lot of gas coming out the ground from the gold mines, and he decided to go out and take out a prospecting right for gas in the area. This project, as it stands right now, has captured the hearts and the minds of the international investor community. We've got shareholders in Australia, we've got shareholders in China, we've got lenders in the form of the United States government on the basis that helium is critical to US national security. So we've captured the hearts and the minds of all of the international investors. Now what we're looking to do is to try and capture the hearts and the minds of the South African community and our South African investors. This is the first extraction of South African produced gas, which means that every single litre equivalent of diesel that we produce is one less that South Africa has to import. And that means that there's less money going overseas, there's more profits kept within the country, and it's just good for everyone. We're enormously proud of this achievement. And last week we were at the Invest SA conference in Johannesburg, where we pledged to invest 750 million rand. The fact is that we've managed to raise 700 million rand of investment from the United States government and from Australian investors, and we brought that money into South Africa, which means that it's direct foreign direct investment into the country. But in addition to that, we are going to use that to build facilities over here. And once we build that facility here, we will then be producing this gas. We will create 400 jobs.
As a regulator, one of the exciting news is that when you issue a right, the ultimate aim is to make it a point that you see that particular right produces something. A development was actually created out of our processes that we started in 2014, and then now it's actually a development. And I'm also sharing with Nick that apparently the relationship that they also have with the farmers was actually impressive, which is one of the things that as a regulator we encourage the companies when they apply for rights that create that relationship with the farmers, so that when you start producing you don't have or encounter any problems. It was a very impressive engagement that I actually had with Nick. And then the other thing as a regulator that also impresses us is to see to it that those particular rights that we have been issued to various companies also make it a point that they create jobs.
Today, I'm very excited that we have been invited into this launch, which in my view and with what I've experienced is the first of its kind, where we have identified gas in an area where you find that there's also people who are farming and who are mining. So obviously that on its own will require a very good relationship between the company as well as the government as well as the host community. Because what we have experienced over the couple of years is when we've got facilities like this, it creates an expectation. As you can look around this place, it's quite a very, it's a farming area. And obviously when things like this, people will then expect opportunities.
Well, massive expansion plans are set to be in full gear for 2021 as it is set to commence then. And this place will be an employment hub. And for Renergen, we say moving forward, we wish you all the best. My name is Tato Davids and I'm reporting for Hlasela TV. Now this is brought to you by Bombenero Investments in conjunction with the Free State Provincial Government, and this is how I sign out.